This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. The holidays are over, the decorations are down, and suddenly everything feels a little empty. It's normal to feel the winter blues after the holiday excitement. January, February, and March are by far my least favorite months of the year. It's cold and dark, and I have to get some extra vitamin D on board. I also need to keep my regular scheduled appointments with my therapist. So if you're feeling that post-holiday funk, I definitely suggest you checking out BetterHelp because maybe it's time to talk. You might also be one of those people like me who makes New Year's resolutions and you get super motivated. So maybe you need someone behind you to hold you accountable and come up with a plan to meet your goals. BetterHelp is super convenient, totally online. You have a therapist right at your fingertips whenever you need them. So head over to betterhelp.com/wifeofcrime1 to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/wifeofcrime1 for 10% off your first month.
Bored at home? Head over to Chumba Casino and join some serious social casino fun. With hundreds of games at your fingertips, no purchase necessary. You can play anytime, anywhere. There's a special welcome bonus waiting for you when you sign up. Play for fun, play for free, and you could even redeem some great prizes. Visit ChumbaCasino.com and get ready to reel in the fun. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply.
This podcast is an unscripted, unedited conversation about true crime. We take the cases very seriously, but I don't take myself seriously at all, and neither should you. Welcome to Wife of Crime.
So, guys, on this episode of Start Spreading the News, we talk about the most haunted place in New York City, the Free Cain Velasquez saga, the man who posed on TikTok as a dead body and got cast in CSI, Russ's childhood crush, and the grandmom who put the fun in funeral. Hello, everyone. We're back for an episode that we like to do sometimes, a bonus episode called Start Spreading the News.
What's up, folks? We back with another news segment.
A news segment.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Where are you going, bro? You can't go nowhere. You're stuck in New York. That's it.
Nah, someone that's listening to this podcast wants to give me a job working 2 hours a week, making like $10,000 a week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Somebody does?
Yeah.
What are you going to do for 2 hours a week and make $10,000?
Whatever they need. No,
Anything?
not whatever. No. No.
You got to get your
Not
OnlyFans
for that.
popping. It's the only way.
I know I've been practicing twerking. It's hard.
I can't even imagine you even remotely trying to twerk.
I mean, I got the helicopter down. I just can't keep it going for like a long
Stop.
time.
Don't ever talk about that again on the podcast, please.
You know?
Stop.
Petey Pablo.
Well, hi, everyone. We're back. And we have some news articles. And today, Russ...
This is a bonus episode, too.
Well, yes. Today, Russ actually has articles that he found himself that he finds interesting.
Not really.
Yeah, you do.
I got one, and it's kind of like playing spades. Like, you know how you got to say how many books you got? I got one and a possible.
Well, I have about 5.
I see things throughout the week, and I see, like, the headlines, and I don't really want to read it, but I'm like, oh, the headline's good.
Okay. Well, let's first do a segment called What is in Your Cup?
Well, what's in my cup, unfortunately, because I was too lazy to go to the stove.
The stove.
Fuck a stove. Someone will get it from the Young Dolph song. I'm drinking some red wine, some Malbec.
Yeah.
But, you know, It was once said by a wise woman that listened to a podcast that red wine Russ was on fire.
And it wasn't fire. It was red wine Russ was on fire with the Y-A.
Yeah. So your boy's back sitting here. I got pink teeth.
Purple. You got purple teeth. Some joints is purple, bro. The red wine will do it to you. That's the problem. You can't drink red wine, even like 2 glasses, and then drive. It's a dead giveaway.
I know, and you're usually, this is not legal advice, but I think you got to stay under the 0.8. So, like, you could have a glass of wine with dinner, but if you have red teeth,
yeah, that's it.
You're going underneath.
You're going to jail now, like the bus driver said.
I know, and I'd really just like to run.
Run from the cops?
Yeah, I feel like it's on my bucket list one day to be on like a high-speed chase.
I feel like it's on a lot of people's bucket list to be in a high-speed chase from cops.
They can't catch me.
They might.
Well, they got the radio and a helicopter.
Fun fact, my dad, Chuck, he was in a high-speed chase with cops on his motorcycle. And it was like hours long.
Did he run out of gas? Is that why it ended?
Yes. He ran out of gas in his motorcycle. But I don't think they caught him. I think he like took his license plate off and then put on his hood and then walked his bike somewhere. I don't know all the details. I've heard this story many times, but I forgot like exactly what happened. But they chased him for a really long time.
One time, I used to ride motorcycles, but I don't ride them anymore because it's kind of boring in New York.
When I met Russ, he was a motorcycle rider.
Yeah, and she got on the back of my motorcycle and almost fell off.
I did. I almost fell off on the Bronx, on the cross Bronx and died. And it would have been your fault.
Yeah. Well, you're here to nag me for the rest of my life.
There we go.
So one time I was riding a motorcycle and a cop pulled me over and I thought I was going slow. And I was just like leaning on the tank, just like riding. And he pulls me over and he goes to the side and he goes, "You know how fast you're going?" I was like, "Nah, I wasn't really paying attention. Not that fast, right?" He goes, "You're going like, I don't know, it might have been 70. I was going slow for a motorcycle. Like, it was a sport bike." And he goes, "Why didn't you run?" I go,
"Oh, run from him."
"Yeah, why didn't I run from him?" Because it was a fast bike. Because everyone runs in New York. Like, you're not going to catch me.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you run? I can't say because I wasn't thinking about it.
Uh-huh.
I go, "Because I don't run." And he goes, "Well, I don't chase." And I was like, "Can we do this again?"
Yeah. Did you get a big ticket?
Nah, so because he just asked for my license, registration, whatever. And he went back in his car and he goes, he just checked my license and it was fairly clear. And he goes, "All right, have a good day, man."
Oh, that's nice. That's a really nice cop interaction.
Probably because that was the only one I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah, besides that, they all resulted in
bad situations.
Yeah, people overstepping boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he let me go, but probably because I was just honest. Like I don't know. I didn't think I was just like, I didn't realize I was speeding. I just didn't. I was just like, I had one hand on it and I was just like leaning on the tank, just going
cruising.
Slow. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you haven't rode motorcycles in a while. When I first met you, you had this motorcycle and you brought a helmet. I remember you brought a helmet. I hadn't been on a motorcycle in years, but I grew up with a dad who rode motorcycles. So I was familiar with like how to do the lean. Like you got to lean with the bike. You can't lean against the bike because then it throws the rider's steering off. So I was like familiar with all the like etiquette of how to be a motorcycle passenger. But I had never ridden on a sport bike because my dad was a Harley guy. And the first time I got on a sport bike was with Russ. And he took me on the Cross Bronx Expressway.
So that's how I used to get to work.
Yeah, that's how he commuted to work.
Because I was a bartender and it was much faster to get to work on a motorcycle because you could just like park anywhere or whatever.
And New York City traffic is the worst. So
you can't drive.
You can't. I mean, I drive every day and now you do too. Anyway, I hadn't been on a sport bike and I got on it and I was like, ooh, I felt so cool. Right? I felt so cool, and I thought that you were so hot. Yeah.
You felt cool?
I did.
I didn't know you felt cool.
I did. I felt really cool. And then we went on the Cross Bronx, and we hit a bump, and my entire body flew in the air, and I grabbed onto your waist, and my soul left my body because I thought I was about to die in the Bronx. And after that, I was scared to death.
So if anyone's from New York, if you take the Cross Bronx coming home from Manhattan, going towards the Bronx, like towards like the Throgs Neck Bridge area, in the left lane, there's this bump that's been there forever. And even in a car, if you hit it, you like bounce up.
Yeah, your car bounces.
But I didn't,
You've lived there your entire life. You didn't think, oh, I have this hot girl on my bike. Maybe I shouldn't hit the death bump going 80 miles an hour on my motorcycle with the hottest girl I've ever seen in my entire life, the love of my life, hanging on to me by a thread. You didn't, the thought didn't cross. You're like, you know what? Let's go for the death bump. Let's see.
I just think, why wouldn't she hold on? That's what I was thinking. Like,
Shut up.
I laughed. I was like, huh, you went up
You
pretty...
did not laugh.
No, when we got
you
up-
were scared.
When I went up, I was like, you bounced up pretty high, huh?
Yeah, but you were scared. You even told me you were scared. You were scared I was going to fly off the back.
Well, yeah, because you weren't smart enough to hold on.
Russ, I was holding on for dear life.
Well,
Don't lie. All right, so let's get to our articles. I have a good one. Now, this is more... No, we're about to enter holiday season. By the time this episode comes out, Mariah Carey will have fully been defrosted.
I hate the holidays.
I don't. I love Christmas. You like Christmas. Don't lie.
I do like hanging out with your loved ones and some of your family.
Not my family, just in general, family.
Some
right?
family.
Yeah.
But I don't like gift giving. I don't like people buying me stuff.
Why?
Because you're wasting your money.
Why?
If I wanted it, I would have it already.
That's not true. I don't think people waste their money because you've gotten some good practical gifts from my mom. She's given you some practical gifts.
Yeah, but you know what? I've received gifts from people that I've never used and have hit the garbage.
Yeah, but you've also received good gifts from your sister too. She's My mom and your sister are both good practical gift givers.
Well, I'm still using the heated vest I got last year because I hate the cold, so that was a really good gift.
Yeah, you're still using your bedside charging station.
Well, that's true. Your mom got me that, and she got me some hair product.
And you still use that.
No, it's not the same one.
No, but you did use that. So, I mean, some of the gifts are good.
I just prefer to like hang out and have a relaxed time and let's not put pressure on each other. That would be my favorite way to spend the holiday.
Okay.
Like similar to Thanksgiving, but not like, oh, you have to bring a meal. Like, we could order Boston Market. I don't care.
You're just into quality time.
Yeah, and I want to relax with no pressure because I don't want to shop.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, I don't want to be like, oh no, so I'm going to see them next week. Now I have to stress on like buying something.
Yeah.
Like, don't buy me nothing. I ain't got to buy you nothing. And we could just like drink some wine and relax.
See, I'm different. I love the traditions of the holidays. I love shopping for other people, but I could care less if I receive gifts.
Yeah,
I don't care about getting gifts, but I love giving gifts. I think it's fun.
I hate when you give a lot of gifts because that's my money.
I love giving gifts. I think it's a lot of fun. And I love holiday traditions. Like I said, Mariah Carey is currently defrosting. By the time this comes out, she will be fully defrosted and we will be hearing... I don't want Christmas.
That's not her song. That's not her song.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Hold on. Siri, play Mariah Carey Christmas song.
Yeah.
Oh, it is it.
Yeah.
All right, let's not play this because it gets stuck in people's head.
So, holidays are here. You and I have a fun holiday tradition at Christmas. I make a lasagna. It's become our tradition every year.
There's a video of you screaming about lasagna. We should.
It's a video of me talking about what we're gonna have for Christmas Eve.
Lasagna. What else? And you started screaming all these
old fashions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I screamed it. I was drunk.
Yeah, you sounded like Jadakiss, and I was waiting for the laugh. You were like mad raspy. You're like lasagna.
We should post that video. We'll do that.
It's your Christmas video.
Near Christmas. But we watch It's a Wonderful Life, drink old fashions, and eat lasagna every Christmas Eve. And it's my favorite tradition. So I do love the holidays for that reason. I love Christmas traditions.
I'm okay with.
Well, I mean, holiday traditions. Not everyone celebrates Christmas.
I don't like the materialism.
I agree.
I really don't.
But I do like shopping for people. So anyway, I said all that to say that my article is actually more of a spooky vibe. It probably relates more to Halloween, but I found it really interesting because I had no idea that there are 20,000 dead bodies buried under Washington Square Park. Did you know that?
I heard that this year.
Yeah. So I had no idea. And apparently, From 1790.
Grandpa watches the Powerball.
Apparently.
I've never been on live television before.
From 1797 to about 1820, the eastern 2/3 of Washington Square Park was known as Potter's Field, where the bodies of poor and unidentified New Yorkers were just dumped in mass graves. So now, when construction workers and Con Ed people go down under Washington Square Park to do whatever they do down there, there's tons of bones. And tons of bones and skulls and bodies, 20,000 of them. So it's known as like the most haunted area of New York. And I didn't know that NYC had ghost tours, but we should do one. You should go on a ghost tour. I think you definitely should, since you don't believe in anything paranormal.
What are we going to do? The ghost of bums past?
No. They were poor and unidentified. Don't be mean.
I don't want to go on that.
Why?
Because I could walk around New York for free. This is my city.
Okay, well, they can tell you the history of it.
Some transplant to walk me around my city?
Okay, but did you know up until this year that 20,000 bodies were buried under Washington Square Park? No, and you would have learned that if you went on a ghost tour. So maybe it's your city, but you don't know the history.
And I would have said, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I found that interesting.
It is interesting, but if some transplant, well, you're a transplant.
I am. So I found it really interesting, and apparently yellow fever must have made the city look like real live zombies took over the streets. Yellow fever was obviously, it was a disease of the liver, but back then they didn't know.
Wait, so it was contagious or something?
I am assuming that it was contagious, and then when people got it, it affected their liver, which caused them to be jaundiced.
Oh, maybe that's why back in the day, in the Westerns, they would call you a yellow-bellied coward.
I've never heard that in my life.
Well, you should watch more Westerns.
Well, this all happened in like 1790. These people got all jaundiced. They had yellow skin. They were vomiting black bile. Like it was yellow fever was a horrible disease. They went into multi-organ failure, and 60% of those infected died, and the death tolls skyrocketed, and they didn't have anywhere to put these people. So they buried them in these mass graves in Potter's Field. And then later the city built Washington Square Park on top of it. I found that really fascinating because I had no idea.
Huh.
It's really crazy.
All right. So I got some good news.
Okay.
Because I don't really like negativity, and I've been really trying to stay positive.
Mm-hmm.
So on a positive note, Cain Velasquez has been granted bail, and he is out of jail.
Oh, yeah, we talked about him a long time ago.
So I'll give you guys a quick little brief thing of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
One of his children was in a daycare, or relative, I'm not exactly sure. I think it was his child. It was his son,
yeah.
Was molested in a daycare. And Cain Velasquez is a UFC fighter, one of the better fighters probably that's lived in your lifetime. He's a heavyweight fighter, so that means he's big.
Yeah.
And he's a trained killer, and he could kill you with his hands.
Mm-hmm.
So he found this out. He chased the dude. He was on a high-speed chase, chasing this dude for 11 miles.
In his car?
In his car.
Oh.
Chasing the dude that molested his child, and I think it was the dude's stepfather. And if I'm wrong, I don't care. Don't wrong me on the internet. Just go figure it out. Just like, you're wrong. Just figure it out and like read it yourself. I'm like, oh, good. Now I know. Don't tell me, because I'll just be like, you're stupid.
Okay.
I hate when people do that. And
we did talk about this, though. You told this story on an episode a while ago. I remember when it first happened.
So and then he got the car and he shot the car up. And I believe he hit the dude's stepfather, or it was his father. I don't know if it's stepfather or father. So, and then he went to jail. Mm-hmm. So I definitely wanted Cain Velasquez to be free. Mm-hmm. The problem is he was very reckless, which is true.
What do you mean he was reckless?
Chased the car down, shot a car up. He didn't beat the guy, grab him. He put other people in danger.
Oh, because he shot the car up.
Shot the car up,
okay.
They're speeding. So he didn't grab him, beat him up. He should. So I'll get into what I think should be done after.
Okay.
So then he went to jail. He's been in jail for 8 months. They didn't give him bail. There's a new judge on the trial. And many people have vouched for this guy. Kane. And said how great dude he is. He's so mild-mannered. Like, most fighters are very mild-mannered. They'll back away from fights. They'll tell you, like, oh, you got, like, I'm sorry. Like, because they know what they can do. So they're not overcompensating. They're not like a drunk dude at a bar that, like, you bump him and, like...
And he's ready to fight.
Yeah.
They're not like every single solitary man in the Bronx.
Yes, everybody's so aggressive here.
It's true.
It's so annoying. And they're stupid. There's so many stupid people that are aggressive.
I mean, these are your people, bro.
Yeah, but I'm outgrowing it.
Okay.
So he got bail, and he's out after 8 months.
Nice.
Now, I think it's $1 million bail.
Well, he probably has it, though, right?
He probably does. UFC fighters aren't super rich. They don't make boxer money. But I think people would have raised money, but he's out. And he has, like, an ankle monitor.
Okay.
And stuff. And, you know, I think... what should happen? Like, if I was the judge, if I had to say what would happen for the person that did this to his child, because they've done it many, many times from what I've heard.
Oh, so he's molested multiple children.
And his child many times.
Oh, God.
So what I think should happen is you just put the child molester in a room and just close the door, walk away. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And let natural selection take its course.
Yeah.
And Kane, hopefully, I'm pretty sure he would finish the deal. He could probably beat up 99.99999% of people on Earth.
Yeah.
Because not only is he a fighter, because there's championship fighters, but then heavyweight championship fighters are the biggest dudes.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that he's out, so and he deserves it. I was saying
free Cain Velasquez for a while.
You've been saying that for a while. I feel like his son has probably a lot of therapy to deal with, a lot of I mean, that's a lot.
I think he's like 4, so I don't know how much therapy he has.
Oh no, he'll probably still have therapy. I mean, that's traumatic, and that there's a whole lot going along with that. But the one thing he will remember is that his dad, at the time that his dad needed him and found out what was going on, his dad stepped in and protected him. And that's huge. You have to feel protected as a kid. And I think that's a really, I mean, hopefully he will appreciate that.
Do you think it would be better for the kid to not remember what happened, to just go on with his life?
Yeah, but I don't think any child, even at the age of 4, will go on and not remember.
Oh, yeah, because I was thinking, like, I guess it would be better if you don't remember, so it doesn't affect you the rest of your life.
Yeah, but that age, you're going to remember. Kane has to beat him up or something.
No, I think it has to be father's choice. Whatever he wants to do with him, you get to do with him.
Yeah, well, our world doesn't work that way, but I'm glad that, so this guy's in jail then.
No, the fucking guy who molested the kid has been free. That's what pisses me off.
Wait, he's still free? Still to this day?
I don't know where he is now, but he was free on bail when Kane was in jail.
Well, I remember that, but I thought now that Kane's out, this dude is not free anymore.
No, we got to look into that.
Well, I thought you would have come prepared.
I gave you what I got.
Dang. Imagine.
I think he's free still, like while the case is going on, probably.
Yo, that's the problem in this stupid ass country. Sexual assault or any sexual crimes, they just don't get the time that a freaking non-violent drug offender would get.
Especially to like a baby. It's a baby.
Ugh, it's disgusting. Well, I'm glad that he is free to be with his family.
Me
Protect
too.
his son.
And he was saying, I was listening to, he was in jail, and he hardly gets to eat. He has commissary or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's so little bit of food, he goes, and now I'm just he's grateful. He's home and he takes for granted, he could walk by his pantry and just eat whatever he wants.
I'm sure when you get out of jail, when you're institutionalized like that and you come home, you probably just have a whole new view of life. I can only imagine.
And to me, he didn't do anything wrong except put the public in danger.
Yeah.
What he did was right, but he put society in danger that had nothing to do with it.
By going on a car chase and shooting up the car.
But had he just walked up to that dude and shot him in the head, I'd be like, hey, Fair is fair, bro.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I have another positive news article for you. Kentucky man posed as a dead body on TikTok for 321 days because his dream was to be on CSI. So,
Easy.
this guy in Louisville, Kentucky, his name is Josh Naley. He has 0 acting experience, okay?
You don't need acting to lay there.
But he's so natural at playing dead. And now he's been cast to play in the CBS series CSI Vegas. So he says he kept posting these videos of him laying dead.
That's so dope.
There's a picture.
I like he's dead everywhere. He's dead on the Hollywood Star. He's dead on a hiking path. He's dead in the middle of a grass.
And he put on
area.
on his TikTok video, he's just laying dead, day 313 of playing unalive, because you can't say dead on.
And there's a goat near him.
Yeah, you can't say dead on TikTok, by the way, or murdered. Playing unalive until I'm cast in a movie or TV show as an unalive body. Like, he did it for literally 321 days. And CSI cast him. So he ended up getting an email from CBS that said they'd seen me on TikTok and wanted to offer him a part.
I love it.
And at first he didn't believe it, but they flew him out to California. It turned out that Mario Van Peebles was the director for the episode. So besides getting cast in the show, he also got to meet him, which he was super excited about. And he lives right outside of Louisville, Kentucky. And I thought that was hilarious.
The problem is his career is short-lived because he can't keep coming on that show as a dead person because he died in a previous episode.
Yeah, that's true.
So he can only go on new shows as a dead person.
Yeah, he needs to go on like Law and Order. Well, if you're an actor or an actress in New York City, you've been on Law and Order.
Yeah, so we knew this dude, Milton.
We did know.
And he was on Law and Order and
He was.
for a short second, but he had a little part or whatever. And then when the show finally came on, they made all they did is make a model of his head and have it in a trash can.
Yeah.
None of his parts were there. He was just the head in the can.
They did. They cut all his parts and he was just a head in the can. That's right. But you want to hear something else? Your own brother was an extra on a TV show. What show was it? Oh, it was
Some
the
FBI joint.
It was the bomber, the one with the guy who played Ed Kemper in Mindhunter, but he was in another show about the bomber in Georgia. Remember that? What's the
Dave
show
opened
called?
the cabinet. He opened the cabinet.
Yeah,
so good.
Dave was Dave was an FBI agent, and he opened a cabinet, and you see Dave investigating a crime. Fucking Dave.
Well,
It cracked me up.
It's funny that people want to be these extras so bad. You make you $200. They treat you like shit on set. Extras are treated like stepchildren.
Are they?
Not that bad, but hurry up. Come on. We were trying to get this done.
Really?
But you have these PAs that are dealing with 100 extras, and it's hard to wrangle up these band of misfits to all do the same thing in coordination.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was hilarious. This guy, he really pursued this, laying as a dead body. He really pursued this, and he ended up getting it.
You know what that reminded me of?
What?
The stupidest, viral challenge of all time.
What?
Planking.
Planking. That's right.
Remember planking? You just lay stiff on top of anything?
What was that?
I remember in a bar, people can I plank on the bar and take a picture? I'm like, no, get the fuck off the bar.
That was years ago. That was so funny. I totally forgot about that.
How stupid was planking?
That was really dumb. It was. But it was also pretty funny. Looking back, it's funny.
No.
Looking back, it's funny that, no, not the actual planking. Looking back, it's funny that people actually did that and thought it was funny.
It's funny that you thought it was funny.
You guys already know because we have been talking about them for a while now. FIYYAA Hemp is by far one of our favorite sponsors we've ever had, okay? We use their products all the time. Maybe you're a little like me. You're a little anxious. You have a hard time settling down. You're kind of wound up a lot. If that's you, FIYYAA Hemp products are for you. Check out their website. You will find something that speaks to you. Maybe you're like Russ. You have a hard time sleeping because you have bad nerve pain or chronic pain. then Via Hemp is for you because their gummies will help you get some quality sleep. Maybe you're looking to have a really good time. Maybe you just really like edibles. You want to laugh. You want to get the munchies. You want to watch a movie and have a really strong belly laugh. Then Via Hemp products are for you, okay? They're literally for everybody. So head over to viahemp.com, promo code wifeofcrime1 to get 15% off your first order. That's VIIAHEMP.com, wifeofcrime1 for 15% off your first order. Last year, Save More Money was the most popular New Year's resolution in America. Clearly, a lot of us feel like our money is slipping through our fingers. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not the best saver, and I don't know much about investing until I started saving and investing with Acorns. Turns out you don't have to be an expert at all because Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that fits you and your money goals. And I always thought that when people say, ooh, I invest in stocks, that they had a ton of money or something. Well, you don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you invest with the spare money you've got right now. You can literally start with $5. And you know you guys are spending that at Starbucks on these fancy lattes. So skip the coffee and invest with Acorns. You don't even need a ton of time. Like you can just sign up and start investing within 5 minutes. Head over to acorns.com/wifeofcrime or download the Acorns app to start saving and investing for your future today. That's acorns.com/wifeofcrime. Okay, I got another one.
I have one now.
Oh, okay. Let's take turns.
So I'll start this off by going with something that makes Jess uncomfortable.
No, I don't like feeling uncomfortable.
Get the camera.
Ooh, stop, Russ. I hate when you say that.
Get the camera.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
So on that note, Netflix's Jeffrey Dahmer series has been renewed for 2 more seasons in spite of intense backlash, and it sparked a debate about the commercialization of murderers.
Yes.
So it's back for 2 more seasons. I think they're doing like new people.
Yes, because the thing is it's called Monster. The actual show is called Monster. And then it says the Jeffrey Dahmer story or whatever.
Nicki Minaj, Monster.
But they're doing Monster, and then I'm sure they're doing another serial killer. Well, because, I mean, I didn't finish the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. All right, let's talk about it. I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it because I agree that watching the dramatization of this stuff is really uncomfortable. Do you think it's uncomfortable to watch? You didn't watch it either.
Because I already knew the story.
No, Russ, hold on.
I don't watch things. It was weird and eerie, but I would have watched it had I have not done a podcast on it and already known the story. I would have.
You would have watched it.
Yeah.
You weren't uncomfortable with it.
It was awkward. It was slightly awkward at times, but I've also watched what's that, Hostel, when they cut the guy's eyeball off.
That's a fake story, Russ. These are real people. That's the difference.
Yeah, but I know it is, but I don't really look at it like they are real, but I have a hard time connecting that.
Yeah, but that's your fault. You need to connect it. That's the whole argument, though. That's the argument. True crime documentaries are one thing. It's a documentary. You're talking about the people. It's a whole But dramatization of real crimes where people were brutally murdered, it does get backlash. I'm not saying that I don't watch stuff like that. For example, I watched the show Candy with Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel. That got a lot of backlash as well because they portrayed the victim as like an annoying lady, and then she got brutally murdered. And they're like, come on, you shouldn't be doing that because it's a real person. It's not like it's a character on a show. It's a real person's life. And real family members are still alive. And it got a lot of backlash. And, you know, I felt uncomfortable watching the Jeffrey Dahmer thing because in my mind, I'm like, it's one thing to watch a documentary, but it's so hard to watch it play out in this dramatized way, knowing that this really happened to people. Oh, it was hard for me. It was really hard for me to get through. I couldn't finish it.
I understand all that. Like if it was your family member.
Yeah, you
then,
wouldn't.
like-
If it was me who got murdered and then they wanted to make a not a documentary, but like a dramatized show about my murder, how would you feel?
And if you have no say in like any of the story and they could portray the people however they want because they have like, dramatic
Creative
control or
Yeah.
whatever. So
Like, you understand.
I could understand it, but my question to these people that say, that this shouldn't be done, have you ever watched a movie inspired by a true story? Have you ever?
Yeah.
Like we all have, and we've all watched things about other people's misery.
Mhm.
So TVs and movies and shows just aren't going to be all positive, and they've all been inspired by other events.
I 100% agree. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be canceled. I'm not saying any of that.
I don't believe in any canceling.
I'm just saying I couldn't finish it for my own self. But I'm not saying that people are wrong for watching it or it should be canceled or Ryan Murphy's even wrong for making it. I'm not saying that. I just think that I see both sides. I really do. This is one of those things where I sit on the fence. I see both sides completely. I understand where these people are coming from and where the family members are coming from. And I understand where the people who consume true crime are coming from. I get it. We have a true crime podcast. I can't talk. Like, I really can't.
Well,
we literally have a true crime podcast
Ryan
where we talk
Murphy,
about true crime.
I think you did a great job, and I have some really good ideas for eerie, scary movies.
Yeah, that are not real stories.
We could go do another American Horror Story on some of my ideas. Hit me up.
You actually have some really good ideas,
I
but you
do.
shouldn't tell them on here because someone will steal it.
No, I'm not going to tell you my idea on here.
But you have good ideas.
Hit me up.
You especially have good horror ideas. Russ is a big horror guy. You're a big horror fan.
Yeah, because I don't get scared.
You don't get us scared?
No.
You don't get a scared.
No, you know what I hated? You know what?
Did you say us scared?
Yeah. Are you wheezing?
Who says that?
Me.
A 5-year-old. A scared. Okay, good.
Are you wheezing again? Sounds like you're whistling from your throat. And now you're snorting.
It's like when you... It's like when you said remote control cars, that one.
I always say moat control.
I
Pass me
know.
the moat.
It's remote.
That's too many syllables.
Okay, anyway.
I could get my point across with one syllable.
Moat control. All right, what were you saying? Go ahead.
I don't know.
You forgot.
Yep.
All right. I have another article. So, this one is titled, Grandmother Gets the Final Laugh at Her Own Funeral. So, a woman's hilarious move from beyond the grave has managed to somehow put the fun in funeral. Okay.
Oh my God.
So this lady, Gracie Perriman, who lives in Austin, Texas, posted a unique card left for every guest at her grandmother's funeral, right? So her grandmother made these cards in order to be passed out at the funeral. And this is what they are. It's a picture of the grandmother with flipping the bird, both middle fingers up, both of them. And it says, "Let's keep in touch," with a Ouija board.
Oh, that's so cool. I like that.
She had this for all of her guests at her funeral.
That's so cool.
And I thought that was hilarious because funerals are super depressing and sad, but I'm sure she might have known that she was dying, and she sounds like she had a really good sense of humor. She was 81 years old when she died, and she just decided that it would be hilarious to put this picture.
Yeah, she's funny.
She's sticking her tongue out like this.
I love that because people take themselves too serious. And, even people that were crying probably at the funeral, if they opened the card, they kind of like gave it a little chuckle because it gave them, like, they remembered her personality.
Exactly.
So that was really cool.
So her granddaughter posted a picture of it and said, "Received this at my grandma's funeral. What an icon." She had a great sense of humor, and I thought that was hilarious.
I was going to take that conversation into, like, what would you want at your funeral? But I don't want to go there.
Yeah, it's a little depressing to talk about.
Yeah.
You have any other articles?
Let me see. Woman who contracted STD after janitor puts penis in water bottle files lawsuit.
Oh my God.
You can
It
get
just sounded like Janice. Oh my God. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
Ew.
I didn't know that you can get an STD from that.
If it's herpes, you could definitely get it. What kind of STD did she get?
Oh, I didn't. I only read the headline.
You didn't read the actual thing?
No, these are just screenshots of headlines I'm reading now.
Oh, well, you have to read the article in order to talk about it. Are you ready for this? The Goonies home is in Oregon. Remember the Goonies?
I like the Goonies. And the mom, like the bad mom, the one that like
The bad mom.
like Chunk's mom, or what? Not Chunk. Sloth is the name.
Oh, yeah.
She's the mom from Throw Mama from the Train.
Yes. She
So-
was a scary lady.
Yeah, that's fucked up that she was just born ugly. So like she had all these ugly mean roles. But what if she was like a sweet lady who like baked cookies when she wasn't like being a mean bitch on TV?
She probably was a really nice lady in person. But The Goonies, one of the greatest movies of all time.
Hey, you guys.
Such a good movie. We should watch it. I haven't watched it
I'm
in
not
so
gonna
long.
watch it tonight.
Well, one of the
I'm
greatest
gonna go back on Call of Duty.
80s adventure movies of all time. The house is for sale. Guess how much? Think about the house.
How big is it?
Are you picturing it? The
Wasn't it
house.
like old and dirty?
It wasn't old and dirty. It was a big house.
Oh, it was a big house. I bet 2.1 million.
Oh, wow. That's a little high. A little lower.
Oh, all right. 1.1.
1.65.
Oh, I was very close.
Look, it's not a huge house.
That's the house?
Yeah. Remember Chunk stood outside and he had to do the truffle shuffle?
Yeah, I'm gaining a little weight. I might could do that, but I'm not gonna. It wasn't that color, right?
Yeah, it was this color. It was.
That sucks.
That doesn't suck. It has a nice wraparound porch. I think it's nice.
I would put a mural of the Goonies. I would just put a wrap on the whole house of something. Like, I don't know.
A mural of the Goonies would be nice in this.
And maybe I could do tours or something.
I feel like you could do tours. You could buy this house. Because I'm sure people drive by and take pictures.
Yeah, do a goon tour. And like in each room you have like someone.
Well, whoever's going to buy it, monopolize on this.
Well, you got to hit me up for ideas if you want to make money.
Pay your 1.65. You'll get a nice ROI, return on investment. If you do tours and allow pictures at certain times, put a big Goonie mural in there. Maybe have like booby traps. Like the Asian kid, he did the booby traps.
Oh, what was his name? Computer or something?
Dana. What was his name? Dana? Dana.
There was someone named Computer.
No, Dana was his name,
Maybe
I
he
think.
had computers.
Yeah, he had booby traps in his belt, remember?
Wait, was he the kid from Indiana Jones?
I don't think it's the same kid. It might be. I'd have to look it up. I don't know if it was the same kid from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Because
Also, great movie.
back then, they didn't have a lot of child actors. They just recycled them.
They did. Yeah, they recycled
Except my
them.
boy Chunk. He ain't get no more movies.
He didn't. I know.
If Netflix was around, he would have had a whole Chunk show.
So when you were watching the Goonies as a kid, did you have a crush on the cheerleader?
No, I only had a crush on Topanga.
Oh.
Everyone loved Topanga.
Everyone loved Topanga. Such a weird name, too. I think her name was also, like, really catchy.
Had nothing to do with her name. She was beautiful.
Shut up.
Every guy here is like, yup.
Why?
She had the nice lips.
She
the
had
nice
boobs,
hair.
too, right? Didn't she have big boobs when she was young? Didn't guys, like, in your teenage boy self, didn't you, like, see her nice hair? Really? She had nice hair?
She was very, very pretty.
Really?
Yeah.
What if you looked at now if you looked at pictures of Topanga as a little girl, you'd probably be a pedo, so you can't.
Nah, but she did a Maxim cover. Like,
oh, she did. That's right.
and
She did do Maxim.
And she still was doing good.
Yeah. Topanga was really pretty. I can't say anything.
And she's very recognizable. Like, if you see her today, like, oh, shit, Topanga. You know, every guy's like, can I take a picture?
I wonder if other people share this.
And I've never asked to take a picture with anyone except Wall-Claude Frazier.
So if you saw Topanga, you'd ask for a picture on the street. I doubt it. All right. Well, that's all the articles I had.
All right.
How about you? Is that all the articles you had?
Let me see. I always screenshot stuff, but it's only headlines that I might try to bring up. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. So, 2 men in Arkansas were arrested for taking turns shooting each other while wearing a bulletproof vest after drinking.
Oh, God.
And then the meme says, were they arrested by the fun police?
That's still scary.
Yeah, but it's their choice.
And it's their choice, but it's scary.
How do you know if the vest works if you don't try it?
You would try it. You would let your friend shoot you with a bulletproof vest on.
No, I would shoot them.
But you wouldn't let anyone shoot you.
No.
Yeah. See, that shows how dumb it is.
Depends on how drunk I am.
God, I hope not. I don't know. When you go downhill mountain bike riding, I freak out. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I'm never really that scared because I'm like, well, if I get hurt, I don't got to go to work. So it's kind of like a win-win as long as my thumbs still work.
So you can play video games?
I can play games.
You're a nerd. Well, you're going to go play games now?
Probably.
I assume so. You and all your other 40-year-old friends.
Yeah, and I like to make the little kids yell.
You and your friends, do you gang up on little kids on the game?
Nah, usually they're probably busting my ass.
They're better than you.
Sometimes. And they could tell I'm an old person, I guess, by my voice. So, like, what's funny? They're like, you're old. You're probably like 30 playing the game. Little do you know, you little shit.
You're actually 40. Better watch your kids on these online games.
Dude, the way they speak to people, they you know what it is? I think because people aren't allowed to fight no more. Before, like a lot of people haven't been punched, so you don't know what the possible consequence could be of your actions. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just got to get punched.
That is true. We've talked about that before, that people just need to be punched in the face once in their life, and then you'll really tighten up what you're going to say to people.
Well, I already told you one of the things when I'm the president of the United States, what I'm going to do.
What?
Everyone gets one punch.
Oh, yeah.
One free punch per year.
One per year.
Or a slap, right. Because a punch might be too much, depending on who you are. So this way, everyone would be polite to each other. Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh, I can't talk. But you only get one. If you do a second one, you go to jail. Mm. So you get one per year, and it gets registered. You have to call it in, and you have to make sure you register your punch. You get a punch card. The cops come, dudes, nope, got my card, bro. And they're like, oh, all right. So, but the thing is, you got to be careful the way you talk to someone because you don't know if they wasted their punch card yet. If they didn't waste their punch card, they get a free punch. But if they punch you and you already wasted your punch card, you can't punch them back.
You can't fight back.
You just got to eat it. You should have shut up.
But then you got people out here that will punch people for reasons like not running their mouth. Like they'll just randomly walk up to someone and punch them because they hate who they are.
No, you can't have a drive-by punch.
Yeah, like a racist person will just like walk up to a race that they're racist against and punch somebody. How are you going to remediate that?
I'll have to talk to my people.
Yeah, you're going to have to figure out all the kinks. Deep. Well, you're going to have to iron out the details.
Punch card. Well, maybe a slap card.
Slapping, it still hurts. Slapping still sucks, and no one should get slapped for being who they are.
Or maybe you have to present the card to someone. Here you go. And they'd be like, fuck, he's going to slap me. Or he's going to jap me. Mm. And then they'd be like, all right, go ahead. Like the person that, like think of some people that deserve it. Like person at a self-checkout that doesn't know how to use it. Like you took too fucking long, bro. Come here, take this. And you slap the shit out of him.
What else is super annoying? Slow walkers. Unless you're old. Randoms, young, slow walkers are really hard to deal with.
Yep.
I have a hard time with slow walkers. Or mainly when they're slow and it's like 2 or 3 of them and they're taking up the entire sidewalk and I can't get around. I'm like doing the dodge back and forth, boom, 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 and I can't get around the group. That annoys the shit out of me.
Also, anyone that tells a waiter that it's them or their family's birthdays, slap.
What if it is the birthday?
So what? Sing your own happy birthday, motherfucker. I work here just to pay some bills. So so they wouldn't say it. You know why?
Why?
Because they say, it's my birthday. The waiter hands you the slap card. Bow! Happy birthday, bitch.
But you're going to have to talk to your people, iron out the details about unnecessary slaps.
Yeah, and it would stop a lot of that. Or like when you're working with someone and you don't smoke, but they go on a cigarette break, and now I have to cover the work you're doing, you should be doing, so your phone rings, I got to pick it up. I'm walking right outside, and I'm smacking you while you're smoking the cigarette. Hold that.
Yeah, you don't like smoke breaks.
Because it's rude.
Yeah.
Like,
you're not a fan. I've worked with you for
What other
years.
addictions are okay? Like I said, what if I have a masturbation addiction? I say, I'm going in the bathroom. I'll be back in 15. I got to do it. Otherwise, I
you
get agitated.
always take everything to the next level.
I get agitated. I got to do it. You get agitated, you don't smoke that cigarette, right? I got to go in there and sweat. I'll be back.
There are a lot of things that your slap day would kill, I think. Like it would stop people from doing a lot of annoying things.
And I feel like that's how a lot of people feel about gun laws.
What do you
But
mean?
it's not as they'd be like, people are more polite in areas where guns are legal. But, you can't go on a mass slap spree and hurt too many people, so it's a little different. But it would make people be and maybe if you don't use your slap, you could turn it in for $1,000 at the end of the year, so people don't use it unnecessarily.
That's a good idea. See, there you go. So people aren't just going to unnecessarily slap somebody.
But you can't buy no one's slap.
Okay, well, there would be some underground slap dealing. Everything gets corrupted.
You got to register it.
Yeah, but there's arms deals, there's drug deals. There's going to be some slap deals.
And once we find out, then
do you do jail time? What is your consequence? Maybe you have a line of people who slap you.
I think Cain Velasquez. We get Cain Velasquez to slap you.
Okay, that'll be the hardest slap of your life.
That or the Big Show. Or Ric Flair, he woos you to the face. Like someone that's very versed on slapping. The Big Show.
Who's that?
Oh, the wrestler. He would chop you in the chest.
Oh, you used to do that to John.
Yep.
You used to woo John in the chest. Now it all comes together. Okay.
Yep. So, I could fix the world.
Yeah, you could. There's something there. There is something there. You got to iron it out. But I do feel like there's something there for sure.
Yeah.
And I like how you segued, brought it all back to Cain Velasquez. I see what you did. You're a regular comedian over here.
Forget about it.
All right, well, this will start spreading the news. We spread some news. We had a couple of glasses of wine. We spread some news. I enjoyed myself.
Well, I do what I can for you, and now hopefully we'll make you something good to eat.
Okay. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Thanks for tuning back in. Bye.
Peace.